Could you drive the Coney Flats and Middle St. Vrain Trail by yourself? Sure, but I'll tell you this, it's a lot more fun when you don't have to.
Looks like it's going up.
Welcome to Journey Beyond Overland, the place where adventures begin. My name is Chris, and along with my husband Bill and our dogs Rue and Rourke, we love driving all over the country in these Jeeps to explore. And today, we're starting out on our first day in Colorado, alone, at the Trailhead to Coney Flats and Middle St. Vrain. But if you arrive at a place by yourself like this, and a guy in a truck that looks like this, or a truck that looks like this says, "You should probably come with us," well, you just might decide that that's a pretty good idea. And when you factor in that the rocks that you're about to navigate over, around, and through are often twice the size of your average doghouse, it's an even better idea. The 5 miles of trail along the Middle St. Vrain Creek don't pull any punches. You're going to hit this particular obstacle a mere stone's throw from the trailhead. The 5 miles of trail along the Middle St. Vrain Creek are rated about a level 5. Expect rocks, lots of rocks, big rocks, small rocks, medium rocks. This is not going to be a smooth ride. The Middle St. Vrain Creek is named after a gentleman by the name of Sir St. Vrain. He was born in 1802 near St. Louis, Missouri. Although he was descended from French aristocrats, he instead chose the life of a frontier trader and businessman. During the 1830s and 40s, he helped to establish several trading posts up and down the front line of the Rockies, including nearby Fort St. Vrain. Along with its many rock obstacles, the trail along the Middle St. Vrain Creek is also known for its water crossings. And I'm not talking about little puddles like this. I'm talking about something just a little more significant.
Gladiator, do you want your photographer to this is a long water crossing?
I would love it.
They can hop in our Jeep.
This will get you across. This one's no fun to walk through, that's what I thought of you.
It doesn't look like it. That's what sandals are for, except sometimes you get your sandals stuck.
Yeah, there's all sorts of crap in this crossing. Hey Tom, can you wait there while I set her up?
These two longer crossings are classic Middle St. Vrain. You'll notice the split log fence on both sides. Now I understand that human nature generally tells us to take the path of least resistance. But when you're driving on a trail, you've got to stay on the trail. And unfortunately, people just weren't. And so the Forest Service came in and built these fences to ensure that everybody stays off those sensitive wetlands and on the trail.
something on that one.
Yep, I heard you.
I think it literally made sparks because I could smell hot metal afterwards.
Nice.
It went straight.
After you leave those 2 water crossings behind, the trail takes on its pretty much typical character of rocks and more rocks, with the occasional mud puddle or water crossing. By this point in the trail, we'd learned that Tom was the driver of the green XJ, and Ellie was riding shotgun. And in the white Wrangler, that was Mike, along with his friend Dustin riding shotgun. And Mike was former Colorado 4x4 search and rescue, which got us all talking about Max Tracks, believe it or not.
Purposely on my roof. You can actually see my Max Tracks from satellite view on Google Maps. That's how high vis they are, so if I were lost or hurt, I can use the Max Tracks to gain attention. Blue, green, your dark grays, your desert tan, can't see them at all on any from Google satellite or a helicopter or a drone.
I guess this whole Gladiator's safe then.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Mike, I think they have you beat on the bright orange thing when it's visible. Just saying. No, actually not. You gotta keep in mind, if you go to my Google map and look at my address, you can't see what color the Jeep is because the satellite's shining down on the roof. So, orange Max Tracks on the roof, always.
Ah, he's right.
I do have a black roof.
Yeah, the orange hood shows up quite well.
After you drive around 4 miles on that rough road next to the Middle St. Vrain Creek, Coney Flats intersects it to the left, while the main road continues straight to the Buchanan Pass Trailhead. And although you could choose to turn around and go out the same way you came in, what fun would that be when there's a perfectly good single-lane incline all the way up to the top of Coney Flats?
Let's send the Gladiator up first. Copy.
Now, I may have said that this is a single-lane incline, and a steep incline at that, but this is not a one-way trail, so be aware of traffic coming the other direction. It appears that most people will take the same route we did, starting out on Middle St. Vrain, headed up this incline, and then finishing out on Coney Flats, because at least then, you've got the right-of-way going uphill. So what exactly do you need to drive up this nice little incline? Well, a high-clearance 4x4 vehicle, a driver with preferably a little bit of experience, and if nothing else, a little bit of nerve, because you're going to need it when you run into some of the obstacles here.
Bump it a little. You get it. Oh, so close. You were 2 inches from it. There we go. It's a skinny pedal. It makes things fun. Nice job.
Now, I'm not sure if you heard what Mike just said or not, but he just said, Dustin, you're up. And while you watch Dustin drive Mike's Wrangler towards those rocky obstacles, you need to know 2 things. First, this is Dustin's first trip off-roading. Yep, first time he's been off-roading, and Mike's going to hand him the keys and tell him to drive through here. But more importantly, second, Bill drove the easy line, and Mike isn't about to let Dustin take the easy line.
Hard while that locker's on. Go ahead, come forward. Hit stop. Press the first switch, which is your rear locker. Go ahead and proceed. Nice and slow. Stop. Shut off your front locker. Okay. Turn passenger.
Slow. Slow is key. There you go. Nice and slow. You can come down on the rear. Up. Nice and slow.
And then it was Tom's turn. But before Tom drives through here, what you need to know about Mike and Tom, as they both just recently got back from driving the Rubicon Trail. And if you're interested in seeing both of those vehicles in action on the Rubicon Trail, you can check the link in the description, because they've got a YouTube video out on their adventure through that area.
Slide off. There you go.
For those of you that think that off-roading and overlanding are an expensive sport, you might also want to know that Tom, he built this vehicle from the ground up on a budget of $15,000. So although it would be easy to spend over $100,000 to enjoy this kind of thing, you really don't have to, especially if you've got mechanical know-how like Tom does. You'll find these beautiful little lakes at the point where Coney Flats Road intersects the meandering Coney Creek. This is the highest portion of this trail at a little under 9,800 feet in elevation. This area is extremely popular with hikers, and from the trailhead you'll find here, you can hike to places with names like Mount Tall, Paiute Peak, Pawnee Peak, Coney Lake, and the summit of the 13,209-foot Mount Audubon. If you're driving through the area, this is a great place to stop for lunch and look out over the beautiful views of the mountain peaks and the nearby Indian Peaks Wilderness area. And if you're a dog, this is a great place to dive for rocks.
Did you find enough rocks? Oh, there's only 4 of them there, bud. What's out there, huh?
The more than 70,000 acres of Indian Peaks Wilderness area borders the Rocky Mountain National Park to the north. Although it was initially slated to be part of that national park, it didn't make the final plan, and instead was designated a wilderness area many years later. As we enjoyed the beautiful views and peace at the top of Coney Flats, we saw many other vehicles driving through this area, so the likelihood is you won't be alone on this trail. For one Jeep in particular, who had stopped in voluntarily and was probably pretty oblivious to the beautiful views, that little bit of extra traffic was definitely a blessing for today. Well, we are at the top of Middle St. Vrain and Coney Flats, kind of past where the switchbacks are, so I think it's more Middle St. Vrain. Went over the big water crossing, and there was a gentleman here with a Jeep who has broken a ball joint.
Temporary tag.
I did not bring my ball joint press, unfortunately.
Luckily, one of the gentlemen that was with us, I'm trying to remember all their names, it's Tom and Ellie. Tom just got done doing the Rubicon. He happened to have ball joints with him.
The dude even has one.
This is why old ass Jeeps hang out together.
Correct. What do you do for work?
Yeah, I'm in software stuff.
Software.
So.
I'm a financial advisor.
Okay.
You?
Road construction.
Paramedic.
Nice,
Yeah.
man.
One of the dumbest things I've ever received off a TV infomercial at night, and that thing does so much better than those.
You built that set yourself? This
Yeah.
is pretty, yeah.
It's moving.
Ooh, looks like it's going up.
So they're trying to get that fixed, but they're having problems because the top ball joint really needs replaced too, but they can't get it pressed out with what we've got on trail, so.
You'll need it replaced. Let's be honest.
I would definitely change all
Ball
of them.
joint press is the only thing we don't have.
That's it.
We've been here for a little while, and we're trying to help these guys out. I don't know whether we're going to get it back on. Not going to get back on.
No, I'm intentionally taking it out because I don't think we're going to press that out with this. To get to the point where we're breaking pieces here. Okay.
Somebody's going to have to drive him out, bring him back. He is with another Jeep. So where are y'all from?
Colorado Springs.
Okay, not too far. So they do have another vehicle to get out if they need to. In the meantime, we're doing what we can to help.
That looks pretty sweet, right?
Compared to what?
Where it was.
That's a good thing.
Are we there?
Well, we're close. I know we are so close. Yeah, get the rotating jack underneath it and just push up on it.
Yeah, and we'll keep off of the hole. Keep on to the side.
We'll get off this mountain.
It held up to you driving.
Might be a little while, but that's okay. We're spending the time acclimating while we're sitting here enjoying and snacking, and the dogs are hanging out. Dogs are hanging out in the shade with me. But at the end of the day, they decided they just couldn't press that top ball joint out with what we had on hand. So they stabilized the vehicle so it could sit for a couple of hours.
Yeah, I'm not doing shit until you tell me.
Tom and Mike then helped these folks get all the way out to the trailhead where the plan was for them to go and find what they needed and return that same night to repair it and get home to Colorado Springs. I never did get to hear the end of the story, but I hope they made it home safely.
If they have it, what we'll do is we'll leave the gate keep back there and they can meet up with Walter.
After you leave those little lakes behind, you'll find 3 or 4 miles of rough, rocky, and wet trail along Coney Creek. The trail is lined with pines of all shapes and sizes, and I often wonder, what stories could those trees tell if they could talk? Although Mike, Tom, Ellie, and Dustin had driven ahead, we could occasionally hear them on the radio, talking about what they needed to help repair that Jeep. But in the meantime, back here, the trail felt just a little more empty and a lot more quiet. Eventually, the Coney Flats Trail along Coney Creek evens out into a nice, smooth dirt road. And it's here where you'll find Beaver Reservoir. Beaver Reservoir is a private lake, and several of the Jeepers we'd encountered up at the top of the flats told us stories about the enforcement that the local landowner generally takes against people who trespass here. Thankfully, you can still enjoy the beauty of this lake just by driving by on the road. And before we knew it, we were at the other end of the trailhead, getting ready to air up and head on to find a dispersed campsite for the night. Using iOverlander, we found a section of dispersed sites in the Roosevelt National Forest along Pewink Road, and that's where we found camp for the night. Is that all we're eating tonight?
Oh, we got this slimy chicken right here. I'm going to try to make something good out of it.
All right. Do you see that dog? No, she's really fine. She hasn't injured herself. She's not dead. She just opened her eyes and looked at me. She just thinks that's comfortable. So apparently we should dub this social media hill.
Pretty place to sit here in the sunrise.
Sunrise.
Or set.
I was like, what are you talking about? This is not that. Oh, he finally found a way up the rock.
Check him out. He's happy now.
He is. He's good roll.
He's finding this rock is very uncomfortable.
It is very uncomfortable, buddy. I'm sorry.
Pokey and hard.
It is. But there's no signal down at camp, so we took a little walk and we found somewhere that had signal so Bill could enjoy his social media this evening and we could make sure we responded to comments on our video tonight, since the video just came out a couple hours ago, and we like to do that. This is really a cool place.
Yep.
Only at 8,200 feet tonight. Thought about trying to get somewhere a little bit higher, but we were just both tired. It's been a long day on the trail. Rough trail, lots of rocks, lots of mud holes. Mud holes weren't that bad, but just rocks almost never quit, non-stop. And then about 2 hours or so where we stopped to see if a group of us could help a guy who, what did he do? He broke his ball joint?
Yep, lower ball joint broke.
Lower ball joint broke, and then when they got it apart, they realized the top one needed to get replaced also. And didn't quite have all the tools we needed to do it there on trail. So he was actually going to drive. They drove him out. He was going to go get some tools at the house of one of the guys that was there helping and drive back tonight and try and get his vehicle out because he's supposed to work tomorrow. Good luck, but I really hope you made it. I really hope it wasn't too bad to fix. It just didn't look like fun.
Nope, it's not fun, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's not fun to do in the garage, let alone up on top of the mountain.
No, I was just sad we couldn't fix it on trail because we actually had extra ball joints.
Yeah, that's the crazy part.
Yeah, Tom had ball joints because he just recently drove the Rubicon and took extra ball joints. So he actually had what he needed, but we didn't have the tools to be able to do it. So there you go. And with that, it's time to wrap this up for the evening, but not without giving you a glimpse of what's next. There are hundreds of miles of drivable trails near Denver and Boulder. But when we asked for recommendations on what we should drive out here,
Dogs are very over
this one came highly recommended. And this one, it'll make you feel like you're driving on top of the world. Thanks for joining us. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. And until we see you again next time, make sure to go out and find your own adventure.